Hey guys, this is Q Leanne, and I wanted to share something with you. This is my transparent healing moments, okay? I absolutely believe that one of the elements to healing is to be open and transparent about the wound or whatever it is. I believe you have to be open and transparent about it. I remember when I was a little girl and I would get injuries. Y'all, I was accident prone. If it wasn't a skating accident, it was a bicycle accident. I was falling off or something. Um, but I would always get right back up and try it again. But that's a whole nother lesson. But anyway, I was always getting injuries, and first thing I do, Mom, I need a band aid. I need a band aid. I need a band aid. And some injuries, Mama would put a band aid on, and then other ones she wouldn't put a band-aid on, and the ones that she, even if she did put a band-aid on, she would leave it on for maybe a few days or whatever, and then she would take it off. And she would always say to me, whenever I ask her why she's taking my band-aid off, or why I couldn't have a band-aid, she would say to me, Quana, you've got to allow the air to get to it so it'll heal. I didn't know what that meant as a child, but Mama said it, so that was that. So I, just put some Vaseline on it, Mama. Just Vaseline peroxide, but whatever you do, don't put alcohol on it. But that's neither here nor there. But Mama was right. Most of the times, all of the times actually, those wounds that were allowed to be uncovered healed faster. And so as I grew up, I learned that the same word that we use for air is the same word for spirit, as in the Holy Spirit. It's the word pneuma, Pneuma. And so, if you're like me, the very first time I heard that root, I thought about pneumonia, which is it affects your lungs, it affects your source of air. So, once I learned that, I remember what Mama taught me, and it just started making sense. And that's why I'm so open and honest about what I have going on with me. That's why I'm so transparent. That's why when I designed my first shirt, my first brand is called a HIT, which stands for accountable, honest, integrous, and transparent, because that's who I am. That's the type of person I am. Anyway, I said all that to tell you this. Today we're going to talk about the fear of learning something new. So I was recently hit with an assignment, something that I need to do, and I won't lie to you. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but it terrified me. Like, I was ready to throw in the towel. Like, nope, I'm done. Like, I'm talking about recently. Like, this just hit, and I haven't done it yet because the time hasn't come for me to do it yet. But I know it's got to be done, and I was afraid, but at the same time, I was like, I'm gonna do it. Because one, if the assignment is being given to me, I trust my leadership, and if my leadership says, "Q, this is your assignment," then they've already gone to God, and they already know that I can do it. Now it's on me to sit at the feet of Christ and figure out how best to do this assignment. And so today, God showed me something. I was at work, and I was doing something in the Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access is one of the software programs that comes with the Microsoft Office suite. I never really worked in Access much. When I learned Microsoft Office, I learned Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel, because when I started working at offices, that's all I needed to know. They were like, we just need you to type up some documents, maybe create a spreadsheet. Okay, cool, I can do that. So 3 years ago, I went to interview with the company that I work for now, and one of the questions they asked me was, can you do Microsoft Access? And I was like, no, I can't. I said I can do I can do Word, I can do Excel, I can do PowerPoint, and I can do some Publisher, but I've never really worked in Access. And I said, well, that's not a problem. We can teach you that because you just be running some queries. So when I started working, I had the time came and I had to run my first query. And I sat down with a young lady and she showed me exactly what to do step by step. She walked me step by step on how to run my queries. And so for 3 years, I have been running queries. I run them proficiently. Well, last week I discovered that I can name my queries. Like not even last week. I discovered earlier, I think this year or last year, that I could name my queries, but I never really named them. It was just one of those things you just kind of happened upon. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna name it. So I started naming queries, but guess what? Um, when you go into Microsoft Access, the first thing you do is open up a database. And so every time I ran a query, I opened up a new database. So I have all these databases. Like, I think when I looked at my file today, it's like databases 1 through 7. And that's only because I've lost files from 2 different computer crashes. So I had 7 databases. And then the guy showed me, like, you keep opening up a database every time you do a query, and you have one query per database. You don't have to do that. You could create multiple queries and name them in one database. And then he showed me you can name the database. Now listen, if you're proficient in Microsoft Access, you might be laughing. I don't even care. I'm excited because 3 years ago, I was intimidated by Microsoft Access. You said if I had been looking for a job or applied for a job and they said Microsoft Access, I'm out. I'm out of there because it was outside of my comfort zone. It was outside of what I knew that I could do. So I'm sharing that with you to say, so 3 years ago, I was terrified of Microsoft Access. It intimidated me. But now I can work proficiently in it enough to the point to where I can run queries of all kinds. And all it is when you're running a query, I run my queries with Microsoft Excel. So I'm taking 2 different spreadsheets that I have created in Microsoft Excel. I pull them into Access. I tell Access this is the information I need you to look for. And Access gives me the information that I need from the 2 queries, and it pulls not the 2 queries, but one or 2 spreadsheets, and it pulls the 2 spreadsheets into one huge spreadsheet with all the information that I need, and then I send it back to Excel so I can work in it the way I want to work in it. You see, I just taught you a lesson. I just taught you how to do something that I didn't even know how to do 3 years ago. 3 years ago, it was brand new to me. Now I'm proficient enough in it to where I can teach somebody else how to do it. So the point of me telling you all this is don't be afraid when new things come upon you. Try it. Especially when you know you have somebody right that's going to teach you, that doesn't mind showing you how to do it. Try it. Do not, it's time out for us allowing fear and intimidation to run and ruin our lives. We have been sitting, most of us, a lot of us, been sitting in the house all year, just about not able to do what we normally could do. So we've had to learn some new things. Walking around with masks is a new thing. So try that new thing. Don't allow fear to overcome you. Don't allow fear to overtake you, because I'm going to tell you something. It's not a God. Fear is not a God. God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So anytime you are operating in fear, you're not even operating in God's will. So I just want to share that with y'all. I love y'all. Be blessed. And try that new thing.